Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Okay, hi guys. How are you? Good. I'm asked to do Graham Norton's show. Part 1, try not to laugh. Do I take that seriously and try? Let's go. My name's Connor. Hello. Original link to the video, top of the description. This is right from Graham Norton. We'll give it a try. Original link, top of the description, right below that link to the Discord. Click on it. Love to have you. Let's go.
And don't answer this question if you don't want to, Patrick. Okay. But I have... I don't know why you brought this up, but I did hear you discuss that you had an extraordinary disagreement with your wife...
Patrick Stewart.
...about yourself. Do you know what I'm talking about?
By myself, you mean...
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Listen, I do know this story.
I do not know
Listen
this
with interest.
One night, as you do, we were talking about stuff, and I just happened to mention, and of course, being circumcised, I said...
They were chatting, they're married. They're married, they're allowed.
And she said, you're not circumcised. I said, what do you mean? You've only known me all my life. I remember my mother telling me. Why? Because it was fashionable at the time. She said, you're not circumcised. I said, that's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised. Of course I am. End of conversation. But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor. Are you okay? I was seeing my doctor for my annual physical.
Of course.
So, while he was down there, I said, excuse me, Doc. Oh, by the way, Irv, my wife and I had a little disagreement. I am circumcised, aren't I? Because she says I'm not. And he goes, not. I said, no, it's not possible. So he looked down again and he said, hey, I'm Jewish. I know the difference.
That is a bizarre story.
Too much. I have grandchildren.
You're going to have to change your Facebook status now.
Yes. No more beef stew.
Well, there's more beef.
No more beef stew.
Well, there's more
Why don't I
stew.
get that?
Were you born in Hawaii?
I wasn't born in...
Hey, Rock. Beef stew? Why don't I understand that? Help me.
Were you born in Hawaii?
I wasn't born in Hawaii. I was born
there.
in San Francisco, but I did a lot of my growing up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was amazing. I don't know. I don't think. No.
You told me.
I didn't. No, I told you.
I swore you said.
I've known you for years. I've always said I was.
But when
born
we
in
were
San
there, you gave me a big speech like, "This is my land." I started. I swore he told me.
Yeah, but I'll share that with that.
Now all of a sudden, San Fran. That was San Fran that I transferred. When we were there, you gave me a very spiritual speech about how it all started. How your mother held you over this cliff. This is the cliff where I was born, and my mother gave me.
This is the problem. Yes. Try to be respectful. Hawaii was beautiful. Beautiful, mountainside and lushness, and we shot in this beautiful place called Kualoa Ranch, where Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, was shot, and the ones after that as well.
Oh,
and
really?
It was just amazing.
But you didn't like it, Kevin.
He hated it. No, this is the problem.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, outside of the spiritual grounds that you took me to, and I swore you even sung a song. You were like,
Just share that with them.
I specific. We'll talk about it later.
Well, how'd the song go?
The song, you were like, Kuna Matata.
Yeah, that sounds like an original.
So did you bring your medals with you? No. Oh, you did? Yeah. Oh, I thought you might be wearing them. Oh, no, they're just casually in the back pocket.
So we go,
Look, these are proper proper Olympic medals. Wow. Marion, have you seen an Olympic medal?
I actually did. Yeah.
The French lads beat us.
Oh, was it French people beat you? Oh, the French got gold.
We'll have to go after them, boys.
Is there anyone in Ireland who hasn't seen those medals? they look like being round the block, those medals.
They're fairly tattered, yeah.
And of course, now, Michael, down in Killarney, word must have reached you of the O'Donovan brothers.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I wasn't in Killarney at the time, but everybody knew about it. That's for sure. Yeah.
And Marion, watching that clip on could you understand the accents?
Nothing, not a word. I understood since. Just that word. I was like,
the movie set with Michael with his thick Kerry accent. The movie set with Michael with his thick Kerry accent.
It's difficult to understand. I feel dumb.
So listen, because the people loved the interviews you did during the Olympics, but like you guys knew you were being funny while you were doing the interviews.
I don't know. I think it was funny because they were being themselves.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we weren't trying to be serious, but
yeah.
it just,
You did
It just kind of happened that way, like.
You did seem very happy to be in Rio.
I was quite serious about the whole situation, though. Every time we told us the truth, like.
Yeah. Yeah, happy to be in Rio.
I was quite serious about the whole situation, though. Every time we told us the truth, like.
Yeah.
I can't.
And you have to understand, like, people ask us these questions all the time after races. It just so happened they put a camera in front of us in Rio.
I understood
you won a
that.
silver medal, so suddenly everyone was interested.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, this is like Ireland has never won any medal in rowing before, have they?
Well, no, it's Olympics. No, they have a few World Championship titles, all right, but it's the first Olympic medal, yeah.
Woohoo! Very good. And the interview where you talked about your approach to the race, the phrases you used in that. So explain to the people what you said in that. Do you know the one?
What did we say?
About going A to B fast as you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tis a fairly simple sport, like. There's a start line and a finish line. And you go from
Quite complicated here, like.
people do complicate it, like. And your man says go at the start and there's a hooter at the finish, and if you can get from go to the hooter, then.
No bullshit, like.
Man, their accents are strong.
Tragically, this is based on your life. I mean,
Russell Crowe, he's great.
this is things.
Yeah, but I mean,
This is based on your life. I mean, this is things.
yeah, but I mean, loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you?
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm getting more water.
Tell Tony Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then I went back, and on the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry. And then the next day I went into school. I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing impaired department, so there were hearing impaired kids who, struggled. They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought something's not right, you know? So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you fucking loser. And then the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh, God, not this as well. Oh, Jesus.
So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly... hearing aid.
A lot of young actors, they revere you, so they look to you. But the other thing you inspire is impressions, people doing impressions. Now, when people do impressions of you, is it like sort of nails on a chalkboard, or do you kind of enjoy it?
No, I kind of enjoy it, especially if they do it well. So, no, it's great. I love it.
I only ask. No, because any Hiddlestoners watching will know, Tom Hiddleston does impressions. You do impressions of lots of people. So who is in your canon?
It's a expression of admiration, just to be clear. So I do impressions of people that I admire, and I sort of listen to them. The first time I did an impression that anyone was aware of, I was just telling a story about Midnight in Paris, the Woody Allen film I was in, and how I'd never read the whole script, and I thought it was set in the 20s. And I turned up and I bumped into Owen Wilson, who didn't look like he was in the 20s at all. And I said to him, so wait, hang on, who are you playing? Because I'm playing F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I know Corey Stoll's playing Ernest Hemingway, and we're all playing figures of history. And he went, oh, no. I'm from now. I go back in time. There's a time machine, and it's kind of cool, and it's kind of woody, and it's kind of awesome.
Why are British people so much better at mimicking American accents than the other way around? It boggles my mind.
Very good.
Really nice.
I've been made to do impressions of my fellow Avengers. I think everyone does an impression of Christopher Walken because he's such an easy kind of...
Let me try. Where? Now I'm nervous. Where?
You know... Impression of Christopher Walken because he's such an easy kind of... You know, I feel like what this show needs is more cowbell. Depends on what. Cowbell. Depends on what you like me to say. Basically, there's no punctuation. Anything that comes out of my mouth. I like that. I know whole pages of Heat.
You surprise me.
So there's the scene in the middle of the film, which you'll be familiar with. You were there.
The one person you don't need to explain it to.
He remembers.
You're very good in this.
He remembers.
Is that Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Which is because Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Sorry about this.
Don't worry.
They're separated, like a great thriller, they're separated for the entire film, and they meet twice, once at the end and once in the middle. And it takes place at a restaurant in LA. It's a great scene. It's one of the great pieces of screen acting you can hope to watch. There it is. There's a picture of it. It's like it's a mutual recognition of each other. Anyway, so there's a bit where they sit and have coffee and have tea and talk about stuff. I'm going on, I apologize.
I feel like he's stalling because he doesn't want to do the impression right now.
Anyway, so Al Pacino at one point, Al Pacino says this. He goes, so we're sitting here like a couple of regular fellas. I mean, you do what you do, I do what I gotta do. If I'm there and I gotta put you away, I won't like it. But if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're gonna turn into a widow, brother, you are going down. And then Michael Mann cuts back to the esteemed gentleman at the end of the sofa.
Okay.
What if you do got me boxed in? I'm not gonna put you down. We've been face to face. Yeah. But I will not hesitate. Not for a second. That's my... This is so meta. I feel like I've gone into a parallel universe where
You're playing all these parts.
Yes,
The Owen Wilson one was the best, in my opinion.
No, it's great.
Yeah, I did an impression of Ken Branagh.
That was my favorite scene in the
Was it
movie.
your favorite scene?
Yeah.
It's a
Still?
Yeah. No, but my favorite scene that was written before, not because of doing it, but my favorite scene written in the film. You know, that
it's a great piece of writing.
Yeah,
It feels like it plays in two singles in a way. Like and it's like the most beautiful game of tennis.
Did you each do lots of takes? Did you do lots of
I
takes?
forget how many takes we did. I don't think we did more than 5 to 8 or 9 at the most. Maybe less.
And you talk about your dreams and you talk about your life. It's so great. It's so great. There's that bit, another bit where you go. Well, you know, he says, Pacino says, so you never wanted a regular type life. and Bob, may I call you Bob?
Yeah.
Bob says, what's that, barbecues and ball games? Yeah.
I almost felt slightly
Emilia, obviously your mother loves you because
uncomfortable there.
you're her daughter.
Yeah,
but she is actually a sort of a fan as well.
Guys, is it just me, or does she sort of look like Queen Liz? You know, like in her heyday.
It's not quite that. It's no, she is. Oh goodness, right. Yeah. So, my one day my mum came to set on the Star Wars set, and I was getting this thing called cyber scanned, which is where you stand in this.
She's in Star Wars?
Kind of loads of cameras, and they kind of take your form and put you into a computer and make a toy or some sort of merchandise or your face on a cushion. And so I go off and do this, and I come back, and Mum's like, I've made a great friend. And I'm like, brilliant, it's lovely, excellent. And she's like, it's the merchandise, you know, director of all of Star Wars or something. And I'm like, wow, that's very impressive. And then, before I know it, what comes in the post is loads of cushions with my face on it. So...
She seems so cool.
My mum she gets to see it a fair amount, you know. But apparently it's not enough. So I was kind of blown away at how much merchandise there is.
Yes,
it's really...
Also,
and it's not even... I mean, it's just the beginning. It was like the pre-merchandise. Not even the real stuff is out yet. And my mum has all of it.
Jesus
And doesn't know about the doll yet, so
also, this is so weird. I don't know, is this in your flat or her house, this room?
Right, OK, so basically, she thought it'd be really funny if I came home and it was everywhere in my room.
OK, so this is Emilia's actual bedroom.
Well,
Very pretty.
It's like a joke, and then, oh my goodness, and we found the photo, but it's not like that now. There is another reason why I'm single.
Took a first date back to that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Come on in. I just did this little thing once. I don't have a CV, I just have a bedroom.
But this is cool, though. So your mother, a big fan, but Brad Pitt, also a very big fan.
That was the best night of my life.
Yes. Tell the story quickly. Tell the story quickly.
Was there an Emilia situation?
Yeah, there was a duvet.
We're all ears.
Sheets, slippers. No, yeah, there was this auction thing that happened, and they called me and said, "Would you, do you want to auction something off, like maybe sort of an experience, watching the show with you or something?" And I was like, "Okay, it's lovely. It's great for charity. Yeah. It'll be for some, something. Yeah. And it'll be fine." Anyway, so I get there, and it's basically it'll be a good thing. I get there, and it's basically like this. It's basically it's the Oscars. Like, there's so many celebrities in this room, and I suddenly remember that I said that I would auction something off. And so the fear grows. So I was petrified, absolutely petrified. And then the the person whose table I was on is a friend, and he was being very kind and kind of put the paddle up, and I was like, thanks very
I have no idea what they're even talking about.
much. That's very sweet. That'll be that. And then someone else's paddle went up across the other side of the room, and I didn't really know. And then suddenly it was sort of becoming a bit of money, and I was kind of thinking, oh, this is absolutely mental. And someone went, it's Brad Pitt, and I was like, lol. Sure. Yeah, exactly. And I look over to the room, and he's got his paddle up.
Brad's paddle.
Brad's paddle.
She's pretty funny right there. Brad's paddle.
Got his paddle up.
Brad's paddle.
Brad's paddle.
Was the paddle involved in the experience?
No.
You guys, I'm spot on with the Queen Elizabeth. I always thought she looked like Queen Elizabeth.
Work out because the person whose was my friend, I think it was probably all set up. The person who was my friend ended up.
Stop. Guys, I'm spot on. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do a side to side. Oh, how am I gonna do? Ooh, I know. Am I right or what? Boom, boom. Sorry, I just had to show that.
Yeah, I just kind of looked over with just the most insane emoji heart eyes, being like, this is just the greatest moment of my life.
There's Obi-Wan. All right, cool video. Definitely the earlier ones were a bit more, you know, try not to laugh-ish, but they were all good. Hope you're all doing well. If not, chin up. You'll be good soon. Don't worry. See you next time, guys. Bye.